8 years of my life, my career, my dreams, my friendships, gone. Just to be told I wasn't interesting enough. That's exactly what my husband said to me the night I caught him cheating. He laughed in my face. But what he didn't know is that I wasn't going to cry. I was going to make sure he regretted every single word. If you've ever been underestimated, betrayed, or made to feel small by someone who was supposed to love you, then you'll feel this story in your bones. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll see how I turned humiliation into the sweetest justice of my life. And if you believe cheaters always get what they deserve, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into it. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to get revenge. Honestly, I was the type who forgave too easily, who believed people would eventually realize their mistakes and karma would take care of the rest. But sometimes, life pushes you past forgiveness. I was married for 8 years. 8 long years where I gave everything to a man who gave me so little in return. I left a promising career because he said my job was too demanding. I stopped seeing certain friends because he didn't like them. I even quieted my personality, my spark, because every time I got excited about something, he'd roll his eyes and call it silly. He wasn't outwardly cruel. There were no screaming matches, no obvious abuse. Instead, it was little cuts, day after day, that chipped away at who I was. And I convinced myself, this is just marriage. This is just what it means to compromise. But then, one ordinary afternoon, while cleaning the house, I found something that shattered the illusion. A second phone. Not his usual one, but another, tucked away in a drawer. My heart pounded so loudly, I swear I could hear it echoing in the room. My hand shook as I opened it. And what I saw, it wasn't a mistake or a misunderstanding. It was hundreds of messages, hundreds, with another woman. Not just casual flirting, this was a full-blown relationship. Photos of trips, dinner dates, hotel reservations. He had been with her for over 2 years. 2 years of my life where I thought I had a husband, and all along he was building a second life. That night, I confronted him. I held up the phone, my voice shaking, and asked, "What is this?" Do you know what he did? He laughed. Actually laughed. And then he said words that will never leave me. "Well, if you were more interesting, maybe I wouldn't need someone else." In that moment, something inside me broke. But at the same time, something else woke up. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't beg him to explain. Instead, I went quiet. And in that silence, a fire started to burn. For the first time in 8 years, I decided I wasn't going to let him control the story. So I got smart. For weeks, I played the perfect wife while secretly gathering evidence. Screenshots of messages, receipts of hotel bookings, copies of financial records. Every time he thought he was getting away with it, I was building my case brick by brick. I consulted a lawyer quietly, mapped out my options, and waited for the perfect opportunity. And that opportunity came faster than I expected. His parents were hosting a big family dinner. Everyone would be there. His family, my family, close friends. It was supposed to be a celebration, a happy gathering. And I knew this was my stage. The night came. The table was full of laughter, clinking glasses, stories being shared. He was sitting beside me, smug as ever, looking like the proud family man. No one had any idea. Halfway through the meal, I stood up and tapped my glass. "I'd like to say something," I said, smiling. He looked up at me. expecting a sweet toast, maybe a compliment in front of everyone. But instead, I said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. And I also want to let you know that after 8 years of marriage, I'll finally be free. Free from a man who has been cheating on me for the past 2 years with this woman. Then I held up the photos, screenshots of their messages, their trips, their little secret world. The room went silent. You could hear a fork drop. His mother's jaw literally dropped open. My mother covered her mouth in shock. And him, he turned pale. He scrambled to grab the papers out of my hand, but it was too late. Everyone had seen. Everyone knew. His perfect image destroyed in seconds. I sat back down, calm as ever, and continued eating my dinner. Within days, I filed for divorce, and because of the meticulous evidence I had collected, I walked away with more than half of our assets. He couldn't even fight it. And the best part? The woman he was cheating with, his so-called escape, dumped him too once she realized he wasn't as financially secure anymore. He lost me, he lost her, he lost money, and he lost Stace. That night when I exposed him in front of everyone, I didn't just end my marriage. I ended his carefully built reputation. The man who always made me feel small, who thought he could juggle 2 lives without consequence, suddenly had nowhere to hide. And for the first time in years, I felt powerful. People ask me if I regret what I did. The answer is no. That was the moment I finally took my power back. And honestly, he deserved every second of it. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or been a part of? And of course, make sure to subscribe for more stories like this. Because sometimes justice doesn't come on its own. Sometimes you have to create it yourself.